Hey guys, welcome back to Andy's Dinosaur Reviews, and today we have something crazy cool to check out, something that was custom created by a viewer of the channel. They had recently reached out to me. The name was Jody, and they had reached out to me. We had spoken a little ways back about some dinosaurs that they had created. They created a taxidermy style dinosaur after I had posted the video of the taxidermy Microraptor. They had reached out to let me know that they themselves had taxidermied a dinosaur, and they now have created this very cool custom, and it's supposed to be a Nanuqsaurus from using the Extreme Damage T-Rex from Mattel. And I'm very intrigued to see this because I haven't seen any images of it or anything yet. What we do have included here is a sheet of paper, and you can see the reference as well as a little bit of some imagery here kind of showing off the progress of the creation of the figure, and then some information about how they created the figure over here to the left. So it's a pretty fun little extra included in here. Nice read here as well if you want to figure out how they created this. But I believe what their goal is at some point would be to start creating and selling customized and repainted dinosaurs. They included this slip as well, which in fact states that, again, tells you that they are looking to begin selling that kind of stuff. So of course, if you like this, figure, I'm going to include links in the description to where you can contact them so that you can inquire about them customizing some dinosaurs for you. And again, maybe get yourself some really cool customized dinosaurs. So, of course, I straight away want to give a massive thank you to Jody for sending this over and, again, allowing me the pleasure of checking this out on my channel as well as adding it to my collection. They also very kindly included a Captives Jurassic World Dominion figure, which is pretty exciting. I'm definitely going to be popping this open at some point in the near future to see what dinosaur we got inside. But, of course, the thing I'm most interested in right now would be this dinosaur contained within the bubble wrap. So I can't really see it right now through the bubble wrap, so let's pop this bubble wrap open and check it out. So as you can see, it's currently residing in a bag, so let me pull it out of the bag quickly. And here is the custom Mattel Nanuqsaurus, and that thing absolutely looks awesome, actually. Like, super, super unique. I think because it was, kind of crammed inside the bubble wrap and stuff. I need to straighten these feathers that we have out on the dinosaur a little bit just to kind of give it more of that natural look, because it's just a little bit messed up thanks to the packaging and, of course, shipping of the figure, which is to be expected. So let me go ahead, reposition the camera a little bit here. And there we go. We now have our Nanuqsaurus out and here for us to check out, and definitely a really cool idea. Like, absolutely one of the cooler custom figures that I've had the pleasure of checking out here on my channel. I didn't think that I would ever have an opportunity to have pretty much a fully feathered Mattel sort of Tyrannosaur in my collection. And again, as they had mentioned, you can still articulate the jaw, which you can see there, which is pretty cool. And I almost like, as you articulate the jaw, you'll see the feathers kind of pick up on the top of the head. Almost makes it now look like it has a crest of feathers, which is super, super cool. But I can very much so see the inspiration as far as the way that they had created this, again with the same sort of color scheme that we had on the Nanuqsaurus in the reference image as well, which is actually one of my favorite colorations I think I've seen on any sort of art or interpretation of a Nanuqsaurus. Again, I also have to sort of push these feathers down a little bit. Again, it is a little bit kind of crazy right now as far as the feathering and the way it's kind of sticking up everywhere because of it sitting in the bubble wrap. But it looks crazy cool, so let's jump to a closer look and check it out from there. So starting up here in the head sculpt of our Nanuqsaurus, we can very clearly see the Mattel T-Rex and the way it obviously shines through, looking like a Jurassic Park or Jurassic World style version of a Tyrannosaur. I actually quite like that because it definitely helps to give it the look and feeling of being a Nanuqsaurus in the Jurassic franchise because, you know, being a Tyrannosaur, there's a very good chance it would have a similar look to what you see on the main type of Tyrannosaurs, but obviously a little bit different, and you can definitely see that here on this version. But primarily, it looks like we've got a dark gray here for the body color of the Rex. You can also see that we've got a lighter tone dry brushed over, and this as well, again, I think replicates the overall coloration of the Nanuqsaurus we had seen in the reference material. You can see the eye is still the yellow coloration with the black pupil, potentially the original paintwork of the eye for the Mattel Rex. I'm not sure. The inside of the mouth hasn't had anything changed on it. It looks like it's still the same, which is also good because, again, it continues to give it that look of being not only a Nanuqsaurus from the Jurassic franchise, but a Nanuqsaurus from the Mattel toy line as well. And then as we move back into the body, we obviously start to pick up all of these feathers, and you can see that we've got a patterning moving through where we have the white feathers, and then we've got the black patterning as you move through. There's also like some darker tones that have been kind of just like lightly put over the top of the dinosaur, kind of following along the spinal column, which you can see there. And then as you continue to move down, you see it has very, very shaggy feathering. And honestly, with the way that the Jurassic franchise sometimes kind of creates their dinosaurs for their films, I could see this being the overall design for a Nanuqsaurus if they had ever entered one into a film. And you can see the entire underside continues to have that same sort of coloration, again with the gray and then that lighter gray dry brushing over. As they mentioned, the arms are articulated, but it might scrape off the paint, I think is what it said, so I'm not really going to mess with those. I really have no intentions of articulating the figure at all outside of what I had already done for the jaw, which may be the way I pose this, actually, because I really like that almost like crest of feathering sticking up on the top of the head when I did that. But as you move back, you can see the body is definitely coated with feathers. It is just overloaded with them, and it has such a shaggy, very, very soft feel to it. Let me try to get some more of these feathers kind of more in line with the way that they should be on the dinosaur. And then as you move down through the course of the leg, we still have more of that patterning again with the black, more of the nice white feathering. And then you've got the foot painted out again with the variations of grays. You also have a gray for the nails. There's a little bit of that feathering that kind of fell off. But you can see again the light gray for the nails. Dew claws are painted. And then you lead up here toward the tail. And as you lead out into the tail, rather than that kind of spotting that we have through the patterning of the rest of the figure, we have a striping, and that, again, I believe is pretty reminiscent to that original image that we had seen as well, which is really cool. And of course, you're going to see the same thing for the opposing side if we take a look at it from over here. Again, it looks pretty much the same over here. I might have to try to push some of the feathers in again because they're just a little bit all over the place currently. But man, does that ever look super, super cool. Like, I definitely did not ever expect to one day have a feathered Tyrannosaur in my collection when it comes to a Mattel version, whether it be an original from Mattel or a customized version like this. It's just not something that I felt like was ever going to happen. So to have one, especially, you know, their take on a Nanuqsaurus, is absolutely as exciting as it gets. So yeah, I mean, there's really not much else that needs to be said about this. It is a super cool custom dinosaur, and I love custom dinosaurs, whether it be just repaints or fully customized like this. You know, it's really, really fun. I love this kind of thing. So to have something like this, my very first feathered Mattel Tyrannosaur like this. I mean, obviously they've released other smaller dinosaurs, like smaller Tyrannosaur species like the Morose and stuff that included feathering. But like to have a really cool, like fully feathered Tyrannosaur like this is just super, super cool, especially now being a Nanuqsaurus. But you can see again, it is really fun, definitely an awesome custom. So like I said, a massive thank you goes out to Jody for not only hooking me up with this, but in general for creating it, because it is extremely, extremely cool and definitely an amazing custom that I have the pleasure of adding to my collection. So if you are interested in having anything like this created for yourself to add to your collection, or maybe just requesting some other form of a repaint or customization, I will include links in the description to where you can contact Jody to inquire further about pricing and all of that stuff, and having them create you a custom dinosaur. So again, one last thank you for this insanely cool gift, and of course, let me know in the comment section what you guys think, and like and subscribe, and I will see you in the next review. Thanks for watching.